In a trial of a former San Antonio police officer has been in and out of the court system himself several times. Coming up on GMSA, we're going to break down the timeline of exactly what's happened over the years and what's in store for today.
That person hit us and left us absolutely for dead.
That was Victoria Rogers. You could see she was left in a wheelchair, and so was the Good Samaritan who tried to help her. This morning, you can earn some money if you can find the driver who hit them.
All right, you're used to seeing this kind of football at the Alamo Dome, but tonight it's going to be a different story. We're talking about football as Mexico plays an important game at the Dome. We're going to break down the traffic situation, also give you an update on the construction around the downtown area.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
And a good morning to everyone out there. Thank you very much for being with us at 6 a.m. Maybe a lot of folks getting a little bit later start. The Cowboys got a big win on KSAT 12, and we are looking forward to that Mexico match at the Dome later today. I'm RJ Marquez.
And I am Daphne Gray. Hey, we got to get to our weather authority right now because we're looking at 73 degrees outside. Driving in today, I did find myself like, I got to turn this AC on. What was up with that?
For it to be almost late November and us be sweating at 6 o'clock in the morning seems a little unfair. But we do have some changes that will come our way. We'll get some slightly cooler mornings. I'm not guaranteeing any super fall-like weather coming up, but at least we will get some changes, and there is some rain to speak of, which we absolutely need. Temperatures at this hour, 73 here in San Antonio, 72 Stinson, 70 in Bernie. So these numbers running well above average, and I don't suspect they'll fall much more from where they are right now. Do know there could be a little bit of drizzle this morning if we see any. It should have minor impacts on your morning commute. But cloudy skies will stick with us through about midday, and then we'll see some sun this afternoon, which will get us up to around 85 for a high. It stays humid. All right, let's talk rain chances here. As we get into Wednesday, 20% chance. Wednesday night, that's when things really start to ramp up. And then it's Thursday here in San Antonio that we're going to see our best opportunity for rain, 60%. We could see some heavy rain, couple strong storms here and there, and rain chances will continue through Thursday night before we clear out on Friday. So we'll take a look at all of this, get you the newest model data coming up in just a couple minutes. But we got to get you out the door now. Let's check in with Traffic Authority, RJ Marquez.
All right, thank you very much for that, Justin. Let's start with our inbound drive times right now because we are seeing some pretty significant delays for our drivers that are coming in from the New Braunfels area. About 60 minutes, an hour delayed right now if you're coming in over 1604 and 35 on the far northeast side of town. Everything else across the city is looking pretty good for the most part. As we get you going on your Tuesday morning, let's zoom in on what exactly is happening here on the northeast side of town. Standstill traffic at this moment. Basically, we're not seeing much traffic get through this one stretch south of Topper Road all the way to Randolph Boulevard past Weidner Road as well. So I just saw the data and we're looking at about a 30-minute delay just to get through that stretch. So this is going to be why we're seeing the majority of that delay basically coming in from the New Braunfels area. We will continue to keep track of the very latest out there and give you more updates as we get them. 35 right here at Florida Street. Traffic has been slow going due to ongoing construction by Martin up to McCullough, and this is going to be north of the downtown San Antonio area. But you see right there, we're still at least seeing some traffic flow move through that area. Do anticipate that things are going to get very busy along 10 at Frio as well as you make your way and we get more folks out on this Tuesday morning. Coming up in just a little bit, in about 10 minutes or so, we're going to be talking about traffic around the Dome later tonight as we get Mexico in the building. They have a soccer match that they're going to be taking part of. We're going to break it all down for you coming up in just a bit. Devin?
Yeah, while we just wrapped up one of the biggest cop court cases in San Antonio, another San Antonio police officer is due to go on trial in a couple of months, and the star witness in that case is expected to be in court in a few hours. You might remember hearing about Eric Cantu back in 2022. He was a teenager who was shot by a now former SAPD officer, James Brennan, in his car in a McDonald's parking lot. But since then, he himself has been in and out of court for several violations. Back in 2023, Cantu was arrested for theft at a Walmart and then was later charged that year with felony evading arrest after failing to stop for a police officer and speeding away. Cantu, who had pleaded no contest to those charges, was given 7 years of deferred adjudication, a fine, and community supervision, along with having his driver's license suspended and court-required drug tests. In 2024, he had skipped 2 drug screenings and was found to be driving his car, and then this year he was arrested again for an assault charge where he was accused of throwing a woman to the ground, stomping on her head, punching and kicking her at this gas station, all from an incident in 2024. Cantu will be in court today, and our reporter Erica Hernandez will be following it with updates online at KSAT.com and over the air during our newscasts. You can also head over to KSAT.com right now to see a full timeline of Cantu's arrests over the years. Guys?
Thank you, Devin. One of our other top stories, we're still working to learn more about the 140 people taken into custody during an FBI and Homeland Security operation. Federal officials tell us that they expect to release additional details later this week. Protesters gathered last night, many of them demanding answers as to what was going on out there. The FBI and Homeland Security say that Sunday's multi-agency operation happened on San Pedro Road near Bassi Road and targeted people they say that were in the country without permission. They also confirmed that it was connected to Tren de Aragua, that is that Venezuelan gang that we've reported on. We asked how many of the 140 people were minors and how many had direct ties to the gang, but federal officials said that they cannot release that information yet. Last night, people spoke to us about what they think of this law enforcement response.
We're supposed to be innocent until we're proven guilty. There is none of that.
We're out here to make sure that people know that they're not alone.
Now, at that protest, you just saw our reporter Avery Everett. That happened last night. Our crew met at least one counter-protester who told us the agencies were doing their jobs.
All 21 cases in a big drug bust in Seguin now headed to the Guadalupe County Attorney's Office. And we expect to learn more about the formal charges and court dates later this week. 21 people were arrested in Operation Low Key over the weekend after a months-long investigation. Seguin police say that the felony drug charges include distributing meth, cocaine, and marijuana in Seguin, New Braunfels, and the surrounding area. In about 1 month, we expect to learn whether San Antonio City Councilwoman facing DWI charges will enter a plea or continue preparing for trial. The case of Councilwoman Ibelis Mesa Gonzalez is now reset 30 days from now. Court records show that the case was refiled on a charge of driving while intoxicated with a blood alcohol level of at least 0.15. That's after Mesa Gonzalez was pulled over in July. We talked to the councilwoman after yesterday's hearing.
This is a normal reset that my attorneys assured me occurs, so we're just moving forward in this process and hoping to find some resolution.
Now, if you're looking at your screen right now, I'm pretty sure you remember this video. It is a body cam footage showing Mesa Gonzalez being pulled over by SAPD along I-10, and this is after leaving a downtown club in July. The police report says that she had watery eyes, slurred speech, and an odor of alcohol, and she refused a breath or blood test. The attorney representing Mesa Gonzalez would not say whether she'll fight the charge or seek a deal.
Hey there, good morning. I'm Patty Santos. This morning, you can help a good Samaritan and a driver get justice and possibly even earn $5,000. Crime Stoppers and Universal City Police are asking for your help finding the owner of a gray or silver Ford Fiesta that was involved in a hit and run. Now, police say that car will have some significant damage, even a missing driver's side mirror. I want you to pay close attention to this video right here. It's a little dark, but police say it is the best lead that they have in finding the driver in this hit and run case that happened back September 14th around 12:15 in the morning. This is a hatchback that you're looking at, and they're looking for it from the scene here at FM 78 and Loop 1604. Police say a woman by the name of Victoria Rogers had to stop at the center median with a flat tire that morning. A Good Samaritan stopped to help her quickly fix that tire. He was worried for her safety because it was at midnight on a dark, unsafe road. Police say that is when the driver of the silver Ford Fiesta hit the car, possibly ran over the Rogers and left the scene without stopping. And it was that woman's SOS feature on her phone that alerted her and her family and police. Police hope this story this morning and your help can find some leads.
Because I know for a fact that somebody out there knows something. This car is parked in somebody's garage, and they know that these victims had and are suffering, and that they need to say something, they need to speak up. I'm very confident that somebody knows something and that they're going to reach out to us.
Again, this is a Ford Fiesta, possibly 2011 to 2019. Police have reached out to several body shops in hopes that someone knows the owner of that silver Ford hatchback and will call Crime Stoppers, the number you need to pay attention to, 210-224-STOP. We also wanted to ask police what we should do if we get a flat tire on the road. As you know, this happens a lot here in San Antonio, and here's what the detective had to say.
We want to get away from the traffic and we want to get to a safe spot, ideally a parking lot. And if you have to ride the tire off, I mean, you replace the tire, but you can't replace you.
Okay, so again, don't risk your life trying to save the rim on your tire. Get the car completely out of the road before you even start to get that tire changed. Coming up at 6:34, you're going to hear from the mother of 4 who says this accident has left her in a wheelchair. She cannot work, and the consequences for that other Good Samaritan even worse, which she's asking for that driver to face. Coming up at 6:30. We'll send it back to you.
All right, thank you, Patty. A quinceañera is a major milestone for any young woman, but for 15-year-old Mia Cerillo, it's a celebration of survival. More than 3 years ago, Mia was inside room 112 at Robb Elementary when a gunman killed 19 students and 2 teachers. In that chaos, she called 911 for help. And her mother says, Mia, she has come a long way from not wanting to leave her home to saying yes to this quinceañera. We got a deeply significant tradition in Latino culture that she wants to celebrate.
What makes this day so special?
That I'm here and I survived.
And you can watch the complete story coming up at 8:30 on GMSA Plus.
All right, outside with live cam at a 610, 73 degrees. Very steamy morning. Eventually, this is going to lead to some rain, but the question is how much and who will see the most rain. We're starting to get a clearer idea of that. We're going to show you the rainfall potential coming up.
Thank you very much, Justin. From TikTok trees to full-on 90s nostalgia, holiday decor is blowing up. But watch out, something other than the Grinch could steal your holiday joy.
Good morning, San Antonio. It was a great night here in Las Vegas with the Dallas Cowboys picking up a 33-16 win against the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, the Cowboys did it for 2 reasons. First and foremost, they wanted to honor their fallen teammate, Marshawn Nealon. They wanted to play hard for him. They wanted to get a win for him, and they certainly accomplished that. Plus, they wanted to snap their 2-game slide before hosting the Philadelphia Eagles Sunday at AT&T Stadium, and the Cowboys did that as well, so they're feeling much better about themselves. We will have much more Cowboys coverage in our newscast later on today. Let's send it back to you in San Antonio.
All right, thank you very much, Larry. Big win for the Cowboys after an emotional week there. Well, take a breath, Spurs fans. All right, just do that with me. It will be okay. Victor Wembanyama is set to miss at least 2 to 3 weeks due to what's being reported as a strained left calf. The Spurs superstar center suffered this injury Friday against the Golden State Warriors. Now, Wemby was on a tear prior to this injury, averaging 26 points and 13 rebounds per game, basically playing at an MVP level. San Antonio is off to its best start in a decade with a 9-4 record. The guys were rallied. Now, sources say that Wemby will be reevaluated in 2 to 3 weeks, and we'll get more information at that time. Well, tonight, the Wemby-less Spurs taking on the Memphis Grizzlies. This is going to tip off at 7 o'clock tonight at the Frost Bank Center. Go Spurs, go. The guys will get it done. For now, but we do need Wemby back. All right, let's go to our traffic situation right now and give you an update on everything going on the roads. And a quick check right here at the other big match that we're following later on today. Mexico and 3, they will be at the Alamodome tonight as they take on Paraguay in an international friendly match, a soccer match, if you will. This begins at 7 o'clock. Doors open at 5:30 at the Alamodome. Now, parking around the dome is limited. It's going to be $60 to park there. So I would suggest if you want some alternative options, Via Park and Ride is available. They have 2 locations. That's going to be Crossroads and Brooks. But just keep in mind, 37 is going to be very busy. They're expecting a pretty good crowd out there for this big matchup against Mexico. Yes, Mexico El Tri, they're back in the San Antonio area. Always love to see El Tricolor right here. Okay, let's give you a quick update, though, on construction around the area. We're talking about Market to Cesar Chavez, South Alamo, kind of a redesigned construction as they continue to work on several lanes there. The Zona Cultural, that's over by Market Square. Commerce to Frio, Nueva, and Martin, still dealing with a lot of construction there. And, of course, course, our situation 35 north at Martin Street, which is all that bridge joint work that's taking place there. So if you're headed out to the Dome, keep that in mind. There's still a lot of construction taking place. Construction right here, far northeast side, 35 at Weidner Road. We're looking at about a 35-minute delay for all of our folks here. I would suggest taking Randolph Boulevard if you get past Topperwine and you're trying to make your way to 410 and 35. Let's go to Alex Gomez right now, our photojournalist in Drive Cam, as he is at the scene of an accident, I believe, on the far north side of town. So let's check in with Alex and see how things are looking. Alex?
Yeah, good morning, RJ. So we did have a single car crash over here on the north side. It's going to be on 1604 westbound right at Redland Road, and it's going to be blocking that right lane. So just know that 1604 westbound is going to be backed up right now from Redland Road back to Bulverde Road because it's been here for about 20 minutes now, RJ.
Okay, stay safe if you're headed out there. We will continue to track this accident, plus give you an update on the downtown situation coming up in just a little bit.
Right, Alex has not reported any drizzle out there. There could be a little bit from time to time this morning. Otherwise, it's going to be cloudy. Cloudy to start. I think clouds are going to be rather stubborn today, so it may take until midday, lunchtime for these clouds to burn off, but they will. And like yesterday, we'll get some warm temperatures into the afternoon. Yesterday, we got up to 87, believe it or not, which is was just 2 degrees shy of a record. Today, we're going to 85 just because clouds may hang on a little bit longer. Either way, it's warm and it's humid. Today is a quiet day, but things start to ramp up tomorrow as we get a storm system that'll be coming in from California. You can see it very clearly here this morning. Lots of clouds, rain. You can see it spinning up here. This is going to make a beeline from Texas, and when it does, it gives us lift and it gives us a chance for storms. So let me walk you through the timeline here. This is 4 o'clock tomorrow. Showers and storms begin to develop at this point, but I think it's tomorrow evening into tomorrow night where storms really flare up. This is midnight. We get a nice line of storms. The problem with this is we may see some training. If that happens, you could pick up some heavy rain in these areas, and that would be my initial concern with these storms, especially if they continue to move over the same areas. This is 7 a.m. Thursday morning, showing storms in kind of the same vicinity. But then they start to march east as we get into the day Thursday, and some of these could affect San Antonio, although we will be on the far southern end of things. And I don't think the storms will be as robust as they come through our neck of the woods on Thursday. But we still could see some storms even Thursday night, and then going into Friday morning before a front comes through, sweeps through, we get drier air, and things clear out on Friday. So rain chances right now, 40% Wednesday night. We bump it up to 60% chance on Thursday. Thursday night, 30% chance, and then again, we clear out on Friday. Rainfall totals, I do have some concerns about that heavy rain out west at this point. I think 2 inches plus a possibility with localized higher amounts. So that's the place we'll watch first. But even here around San Antonio, half an inch up to 2 inches, not out of the question, depending on how this rain plays out. So 82 tomorrow, 75 Thursday, 78 Friday. That's the day we clear. Saturday will be quiet, but rain returns on Sunday, and we get more decent chances for showers and storms on Monday. So a pretty active pattern here, and we will be here all day tomorrow and Thursday to keep you updated on these storms.
All right.
Thank you, Justin.
Time now, 6:20. We're looking at 73 degrees outside.
We got some good news for Christmas tree shoppers. Supply is strong and prices are holding steady, but why tariffs could throw a wrench in your holiday plans.
In this morning's GMA First Look, your Christmas tree forecast.
There it is.
From Candyland confections to 90s nostalgia, Christmas tree decor taking over TikTok.
Look at it!
And experts say there's good news for shoppers this holiday. With supply steady, most Christmas tree growers say they don't plan on raising wholesale prices.
When you have the large supply that we have right now, you need to get the trees harvested and sold. We can't leave them in the ground forever.
It comes at the right time, as not just the Grinch,
I stuff up the tree,
but tariffs look to steal some Christmas joy. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll be live from a Christmas tree farm with what you need to know before you start decking the halls. With your GMA First Look, I'm Rebecca Jarvis, ABC News, New York.
All right, pollen count, yesterday's at least. Molds were low at 2:30. The new pollen count comes in soon. We'll bring it to you once we get it. All right, your Just Ask Justin question this morning has to do with this day in history. Way back in 1883, on this day, it was known as the Day with Two Noons. Why? Was it because daylight saving time officially began, the international dateline was created, first time zones were created, or was it a record-long solar eclipse? We'll get you that answer coming up here soon.
All right, quick check of our traffic, especially on the north side where we are starting to see some major delays and backup 1604 headed eastbound over by Emerald Forest and the Bulverde area. We'll continue to track the very latest and also give us an update with our photojournalist Alex Gomez, who is at the scene of this crash. Also coming up at 6:30.
A family will spend this morning and beyond searching for ways to rebuild after their home caught on fire overnight. We have the latest damage report from fire officials. Plus, for all of our parents out there needing a little help buying your young gamers something for Christmas this year, GameStop is having a Trade Anything Day that could get you a store credit. We talk about the rules that you need to know before you do your search for the things that you want to trade.
Universal City Police need your help finding the owner or the driver of a 2011 to 2019 Ford Fiesta. It's going to be a small hatchback, gray or silver in color. They say that driver is responsible for a wreck that injured a driver and a Good Samaritan. You could earn some money if you know where that car is.
It's something out of a science fiction movie, but now it's a reality. Coming from Amazon, their brand new drone delivery service coming up on GMSA. I'm going to tell you how you can take advantage of it in San Antonio and what it's going to cost you.
Well, 'tis the season for twinkling
Live
lights.
from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Coming up on 6:30 right now, 73 degrees outside, kiddos. You may want to ditch that jacket at the bus stop. But before we get to our weather authority, we got to handle some things over in the traffic authority world. RJ, y'all are tracking something really different outside.
Yeah, definitely, Jeff. It's gotten very busy over the past 20 minutes or so. So let's start real quick with our inbound drive time, just to kind of start us off with a citywide view here at our 6:30 half hour. 71 minutes coming in from New Braunfels right now, 33 minutes coming in from Castroville. Most of those delays in New Braunfels is going to be further south over by Topperwine, Judson, and also Wiedner. That's going to be where we're going to see our biggest traffic congestion. We do have an accident being reported. This is going to be 90 East over by 410. Right there at Hunt Lane, you see that we have at least two main lanes blocked at the moment for our drivers on the west side of town. But the other biggest thing that we're following at the moment is going to be on the north side right now. There's our TransGuide shot, 1604 at Gold Canyon. Let's take you out to the maps real quick and show you some of the backup that we're seeing over here on the north side of town. Things backed up over by 1604 Emerald Forest Drive. Let's go to our photojournalist Alex Gomez right now for the very latest updates on the ground. He's been tracking this crash over the past 15 minutes or so. Alex?
Yeah, good morning, RJ. And this crash is actually affecting traffic on the westbound lanes if you're headed towards 281. Now, what's changed now is that we do have a wrecker on scene. This scene has been here for at least over half an hour now. And so that's why we have that pretty good backup from Redland Road back to past Bulverde Road now. So the right lane's still going to be blocked. But again, we are in the clearing stages, so we could be seeing this scene wrap up pretty soon, RJ.
Okay, so major delays on the north side of town over by Redland, and again, west side right now, 90 at Hunt Lane. Justin?
Thank you. And if you're heading out the door right now, you won't have to face the sunrise just yet. That happens in about 30 minutes. Sunrise will be promptly at 7 a.m. this morning. Outside, cloudy skies, maybe a little bit of drizzle in spots, but so far it's just warm and humid for the most part. 73 degrees at the airport, 72 New Braunfels, 73 Converse, southerly winds right now. Pretty stout, 10 to 15 miles per hour with some gusts higher than that. Forecast for today, 73 at 9 a.m. Still cloudy. It'll take some time for those clouds to burn off, but I do think we get some sun this afternoon, which will push temperatures back to well above average levels. 85 is going to be our high this afternoon. Here's what we're watching. Heavy rainfall, which arrives Wednesday night into the western portion of our viewing area, not so much San Antonio, but we could see some of that on Thursday as these showers and storms progress off to the east. The risks here would be some street flooding and maybe a couple of strong storms. We'll investigate that possibility coming up in just a couple minutes.
Good morning, San Antonio. I'm Patty Santos. Universal City Police needs your help this morning finding a 2011 to 2019 gray or silver Ford Fiesta. They say it was involved in a hit and run back on September 14th around 12:15 in the morning. It happened right here along FM 78 near 1604. Investigators think that that car is going to have some damage, possibly a flat tire and a missing driver's side mirror. If you know who owns that car, you could help them and also earn $5,000 through Crime Stoppers. One of those 2 victims involved in this hit and run is a mother of 4, and she says she was nearly killed in that wreck, and she wants the driver of that car to face justice. For the first time, Victoria Rogers is getting to meet the Universal City Police detective who's helping to find the person who left her in a wheelchair. It was 12:15 on the morning of September 14th when Rogers had some car trouble while driving along FM 78 near Loop 1604.
Yes, I heard the little do, and so I pulled over in the middle lane on 78. I had my hazards on.
It was then a Good Samaritan stopped to help her out.
His name was Edward. He came and he said, "Hey, I see your tire's flat. I can help you change it really quickly. I don't want you to be out here by yourself."
They were just starting to do that when police say the driver of this gray or silver hatchback Ford Fiesta hit them and drove off, leaving them with serious injuries. A nearby camera caught a glimpse of that car.
I don't even find out that the person got away until I'm out of the hospital. I spent 11 days in the hospital.
She suffered injuries to her liver, brain bleed, a pelvic fracture, broken bones, and the skin on her right ankle was scraped off. She tells us the Good Samaritan's Edward's injuries were even worse.
I just would like justice to be served and we can find this person, because it is disgusting and despicable to leave people out there like that.
It was the SOS alert on her phone that called police.
That person hit us and left us absolutely for dead.
The mother of 4 feels terrible for the Good Samaritan whose life is now forever changed.
I really do appreciate you. I thank you so, so much. And I hope nothing but greatness and many blessings to you and your family.
Okay, so here is your chance to help Victoria and that Good Samaritan find justice. Again, Crime Stoppers offering a $5,000 reward. If you have information on that vehicle, call them at 210-224-STOP. And if you missed any of the information that we just gave you on the make, model, the time when this happened, you can, of course, find that on this story on KSAT.com. Reporting live from Universal City, I'm Patty Santos. We'll send it back to you.
Thank you very much, Patty. 6:35 right now. While a fire at a Frito-Lay factory started at a large piece of equipment overnight, San Antonio Fire Department officials tell us that it took them 45 minutes to put out that fire because of how big that factory is. All employees were evacuated, and we're still waiting to hear an official cause of how this fire started. Also new this morning, another fire breaking out late last night at a Southwest Side home, and it did some serious damage. Firefighters say that a vehicle parked under a carport caught fire, spreading up into the attic at a home on Vincent Street near Palo Alto Road. One car was destroyed and a second sustained some heavy front-end damage. The good news, though, is that everyone managed to get out safe and there were no injuries reported, but the family will be out of their home for now.
And we soon expect a judge to set the court date for the man accused of killing actor Jonathan Joss. We're talking about Sigfredo Ceja Alvarez, who was indicted on a murder charge after Joss was shot and killed June 1st outside of his South Side home. And the two were neighbors with a long-standing dispute. Police had been called to Joss's property more than 60 times in just 2 years. Alvarez's attorney says that his client acted in self-defense, but if convicted, Alvarez could face life in prison.
And this morning, KSAT is waiting on the Occupational and Safety Health Administration, or OSHA, to release more information regarding the death investigation of an H-E-B worker. A 27-year-old employee died after sustaining injuries possibly caused by a forklift while working at the company's warehouse. The Bexar County Medical Examiner's Office did report that she suffered a blunt force injury to her lower left extremity. According to records, OSHA opened its investigation the same day that that incident happened. However, details on what led to her death are still unknown.
6:37 right now. Judge Peter Sakai gets an early endorsement for the next year's county judge race. He appeared with Deputy Sheriff's Association of Bexar County, who announced that they're backing his reelection. This endorsement comes just 2 days after former San Antonio Mayor Ron Nirenberg formally announced bid for Bexar County judge, setting up what could be an interesting Democratic primary.
Judge Sakai has shown time and time again that he stands behind the men and women of law enforcement. He understands the need for good law enforcement in order to provide security and safety to our communities. This is a man who came in and took the bull by the horns, He saw a problem, and instead of fixing the blame, he fixed the problem. He knows how to get the job done.
Now, of course, we're going to be following both campaigns as they officially kick off. We're going to bring you those updates and debates, fundraisers, and key endorsements leading into next year's election.
Former Alamos Trust CEO Kate Rogers is fighting to get her job back after filing a lawsuit against Texas leaders. You see her right there. That includes Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick and Land Commissioner Don Buckingham. This all controversy started after the Alamo posted about Indigenous Peoples Day, which Buckingham called unacceptable. Rogers says that her termination followed after Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick read her doctoral dissertation, where she spoke about the Alamo as a place to bring people together. Rogers wants her job back and damages paid. Gamers, listen up. This morning, GameStop hosting a Trade Anything Day where people can literally bring in just about anything to trade for a voucher. Check this out. The company says that the item must fit in a 20 by 20 by 20 size box. Customers can receive a store credit on their one traded item. GameStop has not yet determined what the traded value will be. The Trade Anything Day is scheduled for December 6th.
Good morning, I'm Devin Karp. Amazon's new Prime Air delivery service is now going to be using drones to drop off your orders in minutes. You may even see one buzzing over your head this morning. This is Amazon's Prime Air drone, and San Antonio just became one of the newest cities in the country to get the service. These drones can carry packages for up to 5 pounds, anything from toiletries to small electronics, and fly them about 7 to 8 miles away from their facility. Now, this has to be done during the day and during fair weather, so no rainy packages. No, you have to be home. You don't actually have to be home for the drone delivery drop-off. Customers can input their address and just watch the drone slowly descend to the ground before releasing the package and flying off. Now, you do have to be 18 or older to use it, and Amazon says millions of items are now eligible for drone delivery, with a lot more being added over time. For Prime members, a delivery is going to cost you about $4.99. If you're not a Prime member, it's $9.99 to get that package dropped right in your yard. Amazon says when you do it, though, make sure to select a delivery spot at your address that's at least 10 feet away from people, pets, and cars. Justin?
Incredible stuff, Devin. The future is here. Outside with live cam, we've got cloudy skies. Did get a report of some drizzle in northwestern parts of San Antonio, so you may see some damp roads in a couple spots, depending on how heavy that drizzle is. We'll be watching for some severe weather, too, in the coming days. We'll show you when and where we think that may happen coming up.
We love the decorations. We love the smile it puts on the kids' faces.
And we see Thanksgiving is next week, but if you're already hearing jingle bells and seeing that twinkling lights, you're not alone. Stick around because you're going to find out how to light up your holiday without losing your sparkle.
Hi, good morning, San Antonio. It's 6:44, and next week, as you know, is Thanksgiving, but a lot of people are already in Christmas mode, and maybe you've heard the Christmas music when you're going in the stores, or maybe when you're driving around town, you see all of those twinkling lights. Well, if you want to see those beautiful lights on your house this year, you have options. So you just have to figure out what you need and also what you want to spend.
Christmas is just huge for my family. We love the time of year, and we put them up early. I mean, it's early November, but we celebrate Christmas for 2 months.
It's no secret Christmas is a big deal for the Kearns family.
You know, we love the decorations. We love the smile it puts on the kids' faces.
And decorations means lights. Lots of lights.
Tell us a little bit about why you decided to, get some help putting on beautiful Christmas lights.
Well, number one is I don't ever want to get up on the roof because I'd probably fall because I'm clumsy. But I saw people putting up lights on their houses, and I always wanted to decorate my house and make it look really nice, but I didn't necessarily know how.
And that's where a Christmas light professional can really help.
We'd rather take the safety and put it in our hands versus having a customer be like, oh man, I tried to get on the roof and I fell. Or or they're just like, I'm done with ladders.
Marcos Tapia with Papa Mark's Lawn and Landscaping tells us they've been busy installing lights on houses since the beginning of the month. And they've been getting a lot of calls for the permanent lights this year.
What the difference is in, the permanent lights as opposed to getting the traditional lights as far as cost goes.
As far as cost goes, with the traditional lights, of course, you have that cost every year that you pay to install them, to remove them, versus the cost of the permanent lights is, of course, it's a higher cost up front, but it comes out cheaper at the end of the day.
Well, of course, if you want to know what it's going to cost you, and
Yeah.
there's not really a standard answer here because it can vary.
Yeah.
You know, so in fact, when you call most of these businesses and you ask or quote, they won't give it to you over the phone because they need to know things like how big your house is, and also, you know, how complex the process is, how steep your roof is, or how many stories high. So we did some digging, and we wanted to see what the cost may be. So according to Home Guide, the average cost of getting Christmas lights installed will cost anywhere between $250 to $1,500, and that's for a basic roof job, but it could be as much as between $750 to $5,000 for larger homes. And of course, if you're looking for those permanent lights that you saw at the end of the package, the ones that, you know, stay on all year, and then you can kind of make them purple and, you know, orange for Halloween, or pink and whatever, blue for Easter.
Right.
That, of course, is going to cost you. It's going to be a little pricier. So we do have a good tip here. Some companies will install your own lights with the lower installation prices if you ask them, but then some companies won't do it because, you know, they want to have their own lights, you know, so they can install them and store them easier. So it's just about checking around. And obviously, it's, you know, cheaper to do it if you do it yourself. But I mean,
you know what I think about?
Yeah.
When I think about that, you remember that on The Grinch Stole Christmas at the beginning when the Whoville and she pulled out that gun? It was like, check this out, do. And it kind of covered the whole house.
thing?
Yes, that would be very, very easy.
Oh, if we could invent that, that would be nice.
Right.
Yeah, so it would be done like that. Maybe that's the next thing coming, but for now, you're going to have to, you know, spend some time and a little bit of money to make things pretty.
I thought you were going to bring up Christmas Vacation with the light displays that they have out there. Yeah, boom, everything.
So be careful. Yeah.
So good stuff there, Steph. Obviously more convenient, but a little bit pricey at times. And you know what? I've had to convince my dad, like, Dad, just get someone. I will help you out. Get someone to help you install these lights. But real quick, Steph, there you go. Stephanie is walking across here. All right, real quick update on everything going on across the city of San Antonio. 1604 Emerald Forest Drive. We do have that crash that we are still tracking. Been following this over the past 40 minutes or so. Our westbound traffic now past Bulverde Road. This is about a 20 to 25 minute delay for all of our drivers that are making their way on the far north side of town. And then real quick, this one just popped up on our maps. This is going to be I-10 at Ackerman Road over on the east side of town. You see some delays already for some of our drivers headed from 10 to 410. And one more big accident to let you know about, 90 right here at 410. Now we're seeing about a 30-minute delay for all of our drivers coming in 90 over here in the west side of town. So again, we will continue to monitor and track everything when it comes to the roads if you're about to step outside right now.
Thank you, RJ. And do know we are getting some reports now of some drizzle on the northwest side, so there could be some maybe damp roads in spots, something we'll watch too. 71 degrees this morning, cloudy with patchy drizzle. 85 this afternoon and partly cloudy. It'll be mighty warm no matter where you go today. In fact, there will be some upper 80s on the map, I think, for Floresville and Nixon. But let's talk about that rain chance. This is what we're going to hear a lot about in the coming days. By tomorrow afternoon, we'll start to see showers and storms developing across our western counties. We'll see a line of storms by late Wednesday night, very early Thursday morning, mainly west of San Antonio. And I think this is a time frame where we could pick up quite a bit of rain out to the west, maybe some flooding rain, especially if these continue to kind of train over the same areas. This is 7 a.m. Thursday. Notice the storms are still kind of in the same location. But during the day on Thursday, we'll see this start to spread east, and that's where San Antonio's rain chances jump up, showers and a couple storms. We could see a couple strong storms, although I think the storms will be a little less robust by this point Thursday afternoon. So maybe we just, you know, get some rain that fills up the rain gauge, and that would be a fantastic thing. Thursday night, this model does want to develop a few more storms before we get a front through Friday morning, and that would clear everything out before we see some rain return to the forecast by Sunday. All right, the severe weather threat here, street flooding is going to be at the top of the list. I really think that's the most concerning thing that we have with these storms, again, especially out west tomorrow night. But some wind and hail can't be ruled out. The tornado threat is very low, and these are all things we'll watch for you as this unfolds. 20% chance tomorrow. Those rain chances obviously go up Wednesday night. 60% chance there on Thursday. We get a break Friday and Saturday, and rain returns. This is kind of an addition to the forecast. 30% chance Sunday, 40% chance Monday. So another system just behind this last one. It becomes a little more busy in your 7-day forecast. All right, our Just Ask Justin question this morning has to do a little bit with history. It was on this day in 1883, where the day was known as the day with two noons. Why? Wow, I've never seen the votes spread this evenly. Okay, was it because daylight saving time officially began? The international date line was created, the first time zones were created, or it was a record-long solar eclipse? The audience isn't helping you guys.
I know
this
it
morning.
isn't. I'm going to go with the first time zone created crowd.
Okay. RJ?
I'll go daylight saving time officially begin. For the win.
Two good guesses, but per usual, RJ's wrong and
oh my,
Jaffney's right.
I should have been in sync with Jaff on that one.
Yes, first time zones were established. The first time zones were established by railroad companies on this day in 1883, making train travel safer. At noon, every railroad clock was reset to noon.
Oh, wow.
Even those who had passed noon, if that makes any sense, hence the name. So there were more than one. There was more than one noon that day because they all set their clocks together.
That's not confusing at all.
Not.
Okay.
That's what I meant. See, that's really what.
That's what you meant.
Here we go. 6:52 right now. 73 degrees outside.
Coming up on GMSA Plus, this could be coming to a home near you. Only a bit more high tech. Look at that right there. You'll definitely want to keep your eye on the skies as to the next time that you place your Amazon order.
All right, looking at the forecast for today, we're going to see some clouds, some drizzle early, and then look for clouds to slowly dissipate with some sun this afternoon, which will get us up to 85 for a high later today. So lots of warmth out there, and then rain chances kick in late tomorrow and especially into Thursday, RJ.
Some quick check of traffic here as we wrap up our 6 o'clock hour northeast side. Seeing about a 60-minute delay for all of our drivers coming in on that area. But the far west side is going to be our biggest delay. Crash right here at 90 west of Hunt Lane. We're going to track it all for you. Traffic, weather news coming up just a bit on GMSA Plus.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
GMSA Plus, we're streaming right now. KSAT Plus, KSAT.com. 7 a.m. Of course, you already know we're watching your weather with Weather Authority and your roads. Also your headlines. But first, we got to get to the roadways.
Yeah, Jeff, it's gotten very busy. And my guess might be that we had some folks stay up a little bit later than usual because the Cowboys played late. And it was a big win for our boys as they took on the Raiders. So that game didn't wrap up till close to around 10:30 at night on KSAT 12. So we are seeing some folks. Let's go to our traffic maps right now and give you an indication of what exactly we are looking at out there. I want to start with some inbound drive time. So if we could get to that. Oh, there we have Justin standing by. So we'll check in with him in just a little bit. And then we have Alex Gomez on the roads right now with Drive Cam. But of course, let's talk about our inbound drive times because check that out. 72 minutes coming in from the far west side. What is going on out there for our folks on 90 in Castroville? We have got a major delay, a major accident that we're going to zoom in on in just a little bit, kind of give you an update on what is happening. 52 minutes coming in from Seguin right now on I-10. That's going to be our traffic that's going to be outside 1604. And then 37 minutes coming in from New Braunfels. Most of our delays on the northeast side are going to be inside the 1604-35 interchange for all of our drivers in that area. But let's go to the northeast side real quick, kind of get this one out of the way. This is going to be the delays that we're seeing the most heavy traffic. Topper Wine all the way south past Randolph Boulevard over by Weidner Road, Thousand Oaks. And this is going to be taking us a little while to get through here. Last time I checked, about 30 minutes. But as you saw from that inbound drive times, things are actually starting to clear out just a little bit more on the northeast side. Here's going to be our biggest delay. And here's the reason why. At least one main lane closed. All of our traffic 90 going eastbound right there, right before you get to 410. So that's going to be right there at the Hunt Lane exit for all of our drivers. Not only do we have this crash, but obviously we have got a lot going on for all of our drivers outside 1604. So we will continue to monitor that situation, track it for you as we're looking at about, as we mentioned, mentioned, about a 45-minute delay just to get through that stretch. 1604 at Emerald Forest, traffic is starting to clear out here for our folks that are on the north side of town. And real quick update on our crash right here. This is going to be 10 at Ackerman Road over by Foster Road. It looks like things are starting to clear out. If you were headed out to Wagner High School or making your way through the parts of Kirby, 410, it looks like things are starting to clear out just a little bit more, even though we do have that SAPD unit on the scene there. Okay, let's check in with our Weather Authority meteorologist Justin Horn for a look at today's forecast and see where things are looking on this fine Tuesday.
Well, RJ, we do have some reports of drizzle out there, so there could be some damp roads and spots. This is a look at 410 and I-10, and right now we've got a temperature of 73 New Braunfels, 74 Converse. Very warm morning, very humid, southerly winds anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour, but there is so much humidity there that, yes, we are seeing a little bit of mist and drizzle in spots. So cloudy to start. Clouds will be stubborn today, so it'll take some time, but they'll break apart. That will eventually get us up to 85 for a high temperature, which is about where we've been last several days, warm and sticky. So finally some changes arrive tomorrow, and I think we're all ready for that after this stretch of warmth. It's going to come in the form of some showers and storms. Initially around 4 o'clock, we'll see some of that activity out west. That'll form into a line by midnight Thursday. My concern here is that we may see some training. These storms may flare up and move over the same areas, which would produce some heavy rain. It's hard to know exactly where that would happen, but I would say west of San Antonio, Hill Country, along the Rio Grande, best bet here. So that's something we'll be watching very closely tomorrow night. But these storms will start to scoot east during the day on Thursday, and we could see some storms here in San Antonio, some of which could be strong, some of which could produce some heavy rain. But really, at this point, I think the storms will be a little weaker, and so maybe we're just looking at some decent rain around here, which would be great. The rain chances continue into Thursday night before Friday morning a front comes through and that clears it south. So I'm thinking 20% chance tomorrow, at least here in San Antonio. Those numbers go up as you get into Wednesday night, especially west of town, and then a 60% chance of showers and storms here in San Antonio on Thursday. So just know you'll want your umbrella with you starting tomorrow. You can lose it on Friday. We'll see quieter conditions Saturday too, but rain returns to the forecast Sunday and Monday. That's a new development in the 7-day extended forecast there, guys.
Thank you, Justin. While we just wrapped up one of the biggest cop court cases in San Antonio, another San Antonio police officer is due to go to trial in a couple months, and the star witness in that case is expected to be in court in a few hours. You might remember hearing about Eric Cantu back in 2022. He was a teenager who was shot by a now former SAPD officer, James Brennan, in a McDonald's parking lot in his car. But since then, he's been in and out of the court system himself for several violations. In 2023, Cantu was arrested for theft at a Walmart and was then later charged that year with felony evading arrest after failing to stop for a police officer and speeding away. Cantu, who had pleaded no contest to those charges, was given 7 years of deferred adjudication, a fine, and community supervision, along with having his driver's license suspended and court-mandated drug tests. In 2024, he had skipped 2 drug screenings and was found to be driving his car. Then this year, he was arrested again for an assault charge where he's accused of throwing a woman to the ground, stomping on her head, punching and kicking her, all from an incident at this gas station in 2024. Cantu will be in court today, and our reporter Erica Hernandez will be following it with updates online at KSAT.com and over the air during our newscasts. RJ?
Thank you very much for that, Devin. One of our other top stories during GMSA Plus, we are still working to learn more about the 140 people that were taken into custody during an FBI and Homeland Security investigation and operation. Federal officials tell us that they expect to release additional details later on this week. Now, protesters gathered last night, many of them demanding answers as to what happened. So first of all, let's start with what we know that happened on Sunday morning. So let's kind of break this down. The FBI and Homeland Security confirmed that a multiple agency operation was conducted on San Pedro near Bassi Road. Authorities say that the people arrested are in the country without permission. They also say that this raid was linked to Tren de Aragua, that is the Venezuelan gang that we have reported on significantly. We asked those departments last night about how many people that were arrested were under the age of 18 years old and how many were directly tied to that gang. And we were told that they could not answer that question at that time. People against those raids spoke out at a protest last night, and here's what many of them had to say.
We're supposed to be innocent until we're proven guilty. There is none of that.
We're out here to make sure that people know that they're not alone.
Well, at that protest on Monday night, our crew, you just saw Avery Everett right there, met with at least one counter protester who says that those agencies were doing their jobs. All right, taking a look at this other story happening today. Leaders from the San Antonio Food Bank, the city, Haven for Hope, and other organizations will hold a press conference for Hunger and Homelessness Awareness Week. They're going to talk about how local groups are working together on prevention, outreach, shelter, and housing to help people move from crisis to stability. So this all starts at 11 o'clock this morning at the San Antonio Food Bank warehouse. There will be several speakers, including the mayor and the food bank CEO as well. Organizers say that no single agency can solve this alone. It takes a coordinated community action.
All right, the government shutdown may be over, but the impact it had on people's lives is still being felt. And now the focus is getting those affected back on their feet. Happening today, we got local restaurant Backyard on Broadway stepping up to help the community. They're holding a free meal distribution for families impacted by the recent SNAP program shutdown. Restaurant will provide 300 complete meals. Each family will receive a comprehensive meal package, including a large handcrafted pizza made from scratch, a family-sized shareable salad, cookies, bottled water, and much more. Those who show up will simply need to present their SNAP card and matching identification. And while the event is fully funded, Backyard on Broadway accepting additional food donations and seeking volunteers to assist with pizza preparation. All food will be made from scratch on site.
Also today, the Light the World giving machine is back in San Antonio for its third year. This is a pop-up donation station where you can pick real items, meals, vaccines, school uniforms, hygiene kits, even physical therapy for kids with disabilities or care packages for troops. And all of those gifts go straight to local nonprofits. You can also support international projects like Safe Water Schools and income generating programs. So tomorrow is the kickoff event, and the giving machine kiosk will be available at the Pearl north of downtown starting on December the 7th.
And looking ahead, Bexar County Judge Peter Sakai hosting the first Food Security Summit, bringing together local leaders to tackle food insecurity, set goals, and launch a community call to action. It's a collaboration with the San Antonio Food Bank, and it takes place tomorrow starting at 11:30 in the morning at the Food Bank's Mays Family Culinary Center. Speakers include San Antonio Food Bank CEO Eric Cooper and former Feeding America official Vince Hall.
Also on Thursday, a local nonprofit is hosting a veterans-focused fundraiser. Let's break this one down. It's called I Care San Antonio, and it's holding its 6th annual Oh Dark 30 breakfast on, again, Thursday, November the 20th. This is taking place from 7:30 to 9:30 in the morning at the Red Oak Ballroom, Norris Conference Center. The event raises money so veterans who can't afford vision care and who are not eligible for VA benefits can get some help. One veteran, one family, one set of eyes at a time. The breakfast isn't open to the public.
All right, RJ, of course, you see that countdown that's happening right now behind us. There we go, 36 days. We see it. That's how many days stand between now and Christmas. So, a little over a month away, which means prep time is in full swing. And coming up this weekend, there's actually a festive way to give back to the season and help families give their kids toys this holiday season. This Sunday, the 4th annual Toys for Tejanitos Toy Drive is returning to the Thirsty Horse Dance Hall and Saloon at 4 p.m.
Okay, so this drive, again, the Tejanitos Toy Drive is a community holiday drive collecting new toys for kids right here in the Alamo City. And of course, at this drive, you can expect some great Tejano music at Thirsty Horse. We got a lively crowd and plenty of chances to drop off gifts for many of our families in need.
36 days, let's go. Okay, 7:10 right now. Stick around because we got more coming your way on GMSA Plus.
Yes, including serious damage done after a fire spread from a car to a home. What we know this morning about the people that were inside.
And next on GMSA Plus, Universal City Police asking for help after a Good Samaritan was hurt on the road trying to help someone else. Our reporter Patty Santos breaks down what you need to know.